I'm a powered wheelchair user and recently went to Keswick in Cumbria with my husband for a week's holiday. I was aware that it's probably not the most accessible place that I've been because it attracts walkers and tourists and hikers. However, it's a lovely town and I thought I would show you from a wheelchair user's point of view how accessible it is. Now bear in mind that this is filmed over several days. I don't have every single street. I picked the most used routes that we went. So we're starting on market day, which was very, very busy. As you can see, it was quite narrow. So we're starting on the main route, on Regional Route 71, on the junction of Stanger Street. So the majority of shops this end were inaccessible. As you can see, the pavement is very narrow. That shop was actually accessible. I can't remember the name of that one. Some of these are filmed at my height, so apologies if you can't see the names of the shop, but it just gives you an idea of how many shops have steps. So pretty much every other shop. So we're coming to the junction of Stanger Street or Stanger Street. That is Bookend's bookshop and it was not accessible. That side had a big threshold step and this had two large steps. Then we come next to Gallery 26. I found a lot of the galleries were accessible. This one obviously is not. Again, steps. A lot of these shops don't have access doorbells. Some do further into the town. And yeah, that's, it was a big issue for me because if you can ask for help at the doorstep and they can serve you there, that at least helps a little bit. But yeah, that there was no way of getting any help, so that was a big shame. I really wanted to go to the Sandbox Cafe too. It looked so much fun, but again, there was no access. High Summit Tea Company had access. This lovely cafe as well, and then you had this amazing bike car place, which obviously is not suited to me. So next we ended up going down the Lakeland Court area. So this is basically where the charity shops, and there's some great places, and this was the most accessible. So all of these charity shops were accessible. That's a puzzling place, which all up the stairs. There was not even a chance of getting up there. And then we went into the Lakeland Toys and Game Shop. That is accessible and it's actually really easy to get around, wide enough aisles, a good little find, that one as well. So yeah, we went there. And then next we are going into Bryson's. So we've jumped ahead a bit, but Bryson's was my favourite bakery. Now the problem is it is level, but as you can see, you need both doors opening and they're heavy. So again, you need assistance, but it was otherwise accessible, except there wasn't a downstairs toilet for disabled use. So we're coming up the main street, I guess you call it. And yeah, it was very steep if you were a manual wheelchair user, but it's not really too bad, although the cobbles in the middle are a bit annoying. So keep this bit you can see on the side, it's a lot smoother. Obviously it's a bit narrower, but anyway. The Old Friars of Keswick chocolate shop was a must. This one on the left is one of the entrances, but there's another entrance further along that you'll see just about now. That is level access, and the doors weren't open though and were heavy, and I imagine in the summer most of these shops would prop their doors open, but it was colder when we were there, so and then you also have lots of kind of cottagey hiring places, estate agents and things like that. That was a very nice shoe shop. And then you have Jules. Now Jules was a bit of an issue for me because I did message them, and from the outside there's a large step, no doorbell, no sign. Apparently they have a ramp, but no one's going to know that unless they tell you. I have asked them if they can sort that out, but yeah, that was an interesting issue. So yeah, we're coming to the top end of the main high street. I am going back down the other side. I've just kind of filmed this in the order that I was going that day. This is a lovely little sweet shop. It's fully accessible. Really loads of cool stuff in there. The Golden Lion, a pub sadly that was not accessible. I even went down the side to look and just no chance at all. Unfortunately, a lot of the pubs I found were not accessible at all. Yeah, it was such a shame. I'd say at least 60% weren't accessible. And here's the inn on the square, I think it was called. Yeah, not accessible either. Certainly no bell to tell you. Oh, and that was a little new like hand lotion shop, which again not accessible either. So now we're going down Pack Horse Court. This was actually surprisingly accessible considering what the rest of it was like. There's a lovely waffle shop. There's the brewery and the brewery shop. There's cheese deli. There's gift shops and card shops and cafes. We went into the little cheese deli, which was really good. Lots of different cheeses, obviously level access, not that huge, but it was spaced out enough, and just lovely people there as well. So yeah, this is all where the craft brewery is. There's a bar there, you can buy things from the shop if you don't want to go into the brewery. That's called Waffleicious, that's the name of the place. Yeah, everyone's so lovely in Keswick, honestly. And yeah, so we kind of, all the shops. This was the Harry Potter shop, if you see it. It is accessible, it's got automatic doors. But I couldn't get in the Harry Potter bit inside because the door arch bit was too narrow. They sell antiques and things in there as well, but I was so disappointed with that. So now I'm going from the Pack Horse Court. I kind of went up a bit on this side of the road. So this is Station Street, and I'm coming down Station Street, which joins back with the Pack Horse Court. Gosh, these places are quite a tongue twister. I'd say again 50-50 on this. There is a pharmacy which is accessible. There's Bernardo's charity shop as well. And absolutely loads of holiday cottage shops and offices and stuff. A lot of them down here. There's probably at least 4 or 5 that I saw anyway. And then there's gift shops and things like that. And then you come down to the top of Pack Horse Court again. And this is where I was shocked because Costa Coffee is usually very accessible. Most places either have automatic doors or at least a press here for assistance. There is no accessible entrance at all. There is a step and then some kind of weird ramp thing made of metal, but you have to be able to get up the step to use the ramp. I've written to Costa, they're looking into it. So this is the other side going back up Station Street. So you have Greg's, which, and again, a step, not accessible, but they have got an assistance bell. I didn't test to see if it worked because I didn't need to go. They had a lovely sandwich shop here in the pink. That's accessible. We didn't actually get to try that, so when we go back, we will. There's a lovely little unique kind of gifty hippie type shop. That was accessible, but very small as well. And then you have, well, lots of mixed places up here, really. You've got Jasper's Coffee House, you've got galleries, you've got restaurants. I think we're coming up to Casa Bella. It looks from the outside like it's not accessible, but there's 2 entrances. And if you go through the gelato shop, you can just hear that door, you can get into the restaurant, and it does have a sign to tell you that. Then there's TG Jones, what was WH Smith's. Again, it's level access, but I was put off going in because there's 2 heavy doors, and I didn't fancy tackling that. So we're back down on the main street, and this is going up the other side, as I said I would do. Not all of it, but places like Mountain Warehouse is accessible. The Dog and Gum pub is accessible. I'm trying to think where else. The old Kazakian fish and chip shop is accessible. This, I believe, was sea salt. That was not accessible. And then you have Tog 24, which had a step. And just lots of random shops. There aren't really any big stores. Like, that's not what Keswick's about anyway. You wouldn't come here for that. It has a particular touristy local feel, which is nice, and I prefer that anyway. This is a dog and gun pub, fully accessible. I didn't go inside just because we didn't have time. I know that can be quite small. This is actually Paraffin Passage. It's a bit bumpy, but I wanted to explore, and it's obviously a very old alleyway, and it runs, down the back of the shops and stuff. But yeah, and it comes out in the main bit again. If anyone can correct me in the name of the street, I think it's the main street. This comes out onto St John Street at the top here. You have got Lake Road the other side. I did go down there, but in my list of shops you'll soon see what's accessible down there, but I didn't film it. So you got Polestar, that was accessible. Again, another kind of outdoorsy clothing shop. Then you have Love the Lakes, Keswick gift shop. That was accessible, although you could only go halfway in. Again, another issue with steps inside. The white stuff was accessible. Then you have the Stripy Sheep. That was a very cool clothing shop. Again, level access, but very small inside. So you just have to judge whether you feel you can go in, or whether you're an ambulant wheelchair user, you might want to, explore in the shop without your chair if you can. And then you had a lot of galleries up here with steps, and antique places. There was a barber shop. That was the George Hotel, I believe. That was not accessible. It was a shame because these were really nice shops, and this was the Square Orange Cafe up here. This one, obviously orange. But yeah, it had steps, couldn't go in there. And then I can't remember, I think it was a gallery. Again, it had steps. You're getting the gist, I guess. This was another little cafe. Again, couldn't get in there. The other side of the road you have the Sultan of Keswick, an Indian restaurant, which was not accessible, and a vintage shop attached to a Premier newsagents and shop, but there were two large steps, so I couldn't get in there either, which was a big shame. And then finally, I did actually go down Lake Road, but only on the end bit, which you'll see has got some shops that are kind of a mixture of, again, touristy gift shops. Cafes weren't very accessible. The only accessible shop was, I believe, called the Concord Trading Post. That was actually very cool. I like that shop. A lot of the cafes down here weren't accessible. There was a hotel place called the Fellpack Grill, I think. That was accessible. Then this lovely little shop in the corner there where those people are walking, there were steps both sides. I couldn't get in there. That was again like a outdoory kind of shop. And then you can get to Derwent Water this way. You go under a subway, and then the full list of shops will be on the end of this video. It will list as many of the step-free, stepped, or stepped with disabled access bell and sign that I visited and I can remember. I hope this was of help to some of you. Please ask questions. We also went to Windermere as well, so if you've got questions about that. And any of the tourist attractions, there's plenty that are accessible, such as the Pencil Museum and the Retro Museum. It's a lovely place to visit. I would highly recommend, even given the inaccessible places. And do follow me for more content on accessible travel.